Hello, welcome to Thought for the Day on Wednesday the 13th of May. There was a piece in the Church Times last week that had some quotes from someone called Daniel Defoe, who wrote a diary about the outbreak of the plague in London in 1665. And one of the things he wrote about after it had all ended was this: "I wish I could say that, as the city had a new face, so the manners of the people had a new appearance. But, except what of this was to be found in particular families and faces, it must be acknowledged that the general practice of the people was just as it was before, and very little difference was to be seen." I found that really interesting because I think that through this time of lockdown as a result of the coronavirus pandemic, there have been many things that on a national level and on an individual level we've realised we could do differently, that we could live in a way that was kinder to our environment, kinder to ourselves, that we've been able to rethink the balance of our priorities. But the question that I'm asking is, when all this is over, will those changes stick? Will they stay? It reminded me of the Hebrews and how they were constantly forgetting what God had done for them, that God rescued them, God protected them, God fed them, and yet they constantly forgot how to live as God's chosen people. We're not very good at staying changed as humans. How many of us actually keep our New Year's resolutions for longer than a few weeks? But actually I realised that rather than being downhearted about all these amazing things we want to change about our impact on the environment and the carbon dioxide emissions and our work-life balance and our priorities, rather than being disheartened about the fact that we might not be able to keep that going, I realised the thing that we need to do is not to try and force ourselves to change to be perfect people, but to focus our eyes on the one who is perfect. Focus our eyes on Jesus instead of trying to force ourselves to be who we want to be. Because if we focus our eyes on Jesus and allow the Holy Spirit to make us more like him, we will find that our priorities are changed and our lives do reflect the values of Christ. Romans 12 verse 2 says, "Do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind." Take some time to think about the changes you want to make to your life and habits, and then focus on Jesus. Read God's holy word and allow the Holy Spirit to transform your mind.